Hi, this is Manju Ramanan, and I'm in conversation with Sameer Khan, who runs a company, Kingsmaker, in India and Dubai. And he's coming up with his debut film, which is called Gabru Gang, which is the world's first film on kite flying. And Sameer has also been very closely associated with Dubai. He has an office in Dubai as well as in India. So I'm going to speak to him about his debut film, which is going to release on this month.
Light.
Yes, on the 26th of April in cinemas. How excited are you, Sameer?
Well, I think I am very excited actually, but the workload is so high, so I'm not feeling that excitement right now.
Yeah.
But I know I'm excited within. I'm very excited, no doubt.
Okay. Now tell me what fascinated you about the sport of kite flying? Because you come from Bombay, and Bombay में इतनी kite flying नहीं होती है जितना गुजरात में and other parts of India में होती है. Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely. Bombay में नहीं होती है, and in fact, I myself can't even fly a kite. I can't fly a kite. I don't know that technique.
Okay.
But it just happened that I was in Amritsar, for a close friend's wedding.
Yeah.
And that day I just spotted a kite on a tree near the Wagah border.
Okay.
And it just came to my mind. I didn't have any thought in anything else. It just came to my mind, the kite. And, thoughts started just pouring on. And I was alone standing on the roadside. Everybody was eating food inside. I came out, for a breath of fresh air. And from there on, that thought started, growing within itself. It started nourishing itself, and that storyline came in front of me, a basic storyline. So when we reached the hotel, everybody was going for the party, with the groom had organized. And I said, I'm not really not feeling too well also, so I'll stay in the room. And that is the night that I started writing the story of Gabru Gang, I would say.
Okay.
And, I just kept writing and writing. Whenever a thought comes, then you sit and write. You can't just sit in one stretch and write the whole thing.
Yes.
So that way, thoughts came in installments and the whole film got written. And yeah, that's the story of Gabru Gang.
So tell me
That's fiction, complete fiction.
Okay, so tell me what fascinates you about this sport, because it's a very traditional sport, and of course it's played across the world. It's not just an Indian sport, it's also played in China and different parts of the world. But what is unique to the kite flying that happens in India?
I'll tell you, kite flying actually started 2,500 years back from China. The first kite was flown in China. In India, it is a festival. In India, people celebrate the festivals associated with kites. In many states, not to mention everybody knows, like Gujarat or Orissa or Punjab, it's a proper festival. There's a holiday. People are dressed up and they're all prepared with their snack boxes before they go on the terrace. They've all given, their moms and dads ultimatums. कि ना आज के दिन नहीं बुलाना, I'll come when I want. So I realized in that trip itself that it is a loved sport. I won't say a respected sport or a noble sport, but it's a loved sport.
Yeah.
Eventually it is a sport and it's a loved sport.
Yeah.
And it's one of the sports जिसके अंदर ज़्यादा rules and regulations नहीं है. It's like, in cricket, you've got one team making 100, the other team makes 101, and the match is over.
Yeah,
in football, 45 minutes, 10 minutes break, and 45 minutes, and it's over.
Yeah.
So in every sport, there is a target or a benchmark that one team makes. But in kite flying, जब तक आप सबकी ना काट दो, which is slightly impossible, या जब तक कोई आपकी ना काट दे, which is highly possible, आप नीचे नहीं आओगे.
Right.
So these two things define when are you going to come down. So it is that big and loved sport, and like I'm saying, thoughts started meeting themselves, and the story started getting written by me, by seeing certain visuals that I saw in Amritsar.
Okay.
So, and I don't know much about kites. I'll be honest with you. I don't know much about it. Yeah.
But now you do, because you've made the film.
Yeah. Now I'm learning. Yeah. Now I'm learning.
Symbolically also, kite flying is something to do with your life, right? You put out your ambition there, and then you're always surrounded by people who might compete, who might cut.
Yeah.
But your whole thing. So tell me about that process, because also it's got another meaning. It's got one meaning, which is physically that you can see a kite flying in the competition. But internally, it's also about the ups and downs of life.
See, I'll tell you one thing. Metaphorically, kites have been used in many movies, and every time it's been used, it is used to show a different emotion.
Right.
Every time. Yeah, it was the director's perspective that he used the kite in his film, probably to show,
Right.
love, yeah, for his girlfriend or for his friend or whatever.
Yeah.
In my film, what I felt is that the sport of kite flying is a very emotional thing. मतलब आप अकेले अगर छत पर हो and आप पतंग उड़ा रहे हो, you'll actually feel like you are flying.
Yeah.
You don't have anybody else
Yeah,
there.
you are the
You're
kite.
on top.
You become
You
the
are the
kite.
kite.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are transformed before you even know it, that you are no more yourself, but you are the kite. So when
Yeah.
the kite is flying and you're flying it, and if somebody watches you, he will actually see you moving and grooving, your whole body going in sync with the kite. It's
Right.
like you and the kite are driving some craft into space, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a different connection. Can't be explained in words. So I realize in India especially, it's that. Now when एक से दो हो जाते हैं, तो competition comes in.
Right.
अब 2 से जब 3 और 5 और 10 और 15 पतंगे, the number of kites that increase, the competition gets more fierce.
Yes. Yes. And
Then comes a
sometimes.
time when people from their rooftop, they start making teams. You and me, we'll catch the other two that way.
Yeah.
So it is something which will join you,
Hmm.
which will connect you to each other. It's
Right.
that kind of a sport.
Yeah.
मुझे नहीं पता ना वो काली वाली पतंग जो उड़ रही है उधर
किसकी है?
से, वो किसकी है.
Right.
बस मुझे उसको काटना है.
हाँ.
That is the sport.
Right.
There's nothing about being biased here, and so it's a beautiful sport. I'm still learning, like I said.
Yeah.
I'll keep you posted with the knowledge that I gain in time.
Okay.
Yeah.
It took you 3 years to make this film. So tell me about your patience and your persistence and what took to, get here.
It took. I'll make it short. Actually, what took me to get here is a miracle. But then somebody told me that miracles also happen when you work very hard and very passionately. Miracles do happen.
Right.
So how I got here is a miracle.
Yeah.
And how I sustained these 3 years or 3.5 years, with the film that I've completed, was sheer patience and faith in God. It's easier said than done, I know, but at times, sometimes even you feel, no, now things are going a little haywire. Like, because, COVID was so unexpected.
Right.
And everybody has put the blame on COVID for their delay. So why should I be the exclusive one? So even for me, I'll take that help. But otherwise, accumulating the whole experience, it's really been a wonderful journey. Wonderful, wonderful learning experience, and today here we are, like, around the corner for the release. That's it,
Okay. Tell me, how
So-
does the producer keep the director in you in check? Because you are both.
They both keep each other in check, so no one crosses their limits. Yeah. So I get time to work.
Okay. So also the fact that because there is a lot of the director would want to do things in a certain way, and the producer says, no, there's a budget, there is a way this will be done. So do you have these conflicts, or you are very sorted in your head about?
No, I'll tell you, I'm very sorted that the director has taken over the producer in me.
Okay.
So I'm very clear. So if there is something that I feel has to be done and is needed,
Yeah.
I'll convince myself that, let's do it. Yeah. I mean, we're doing it for the betterment of the film.
Right.
So somewhere down the line, the victim is the producer in me, who is always taken over, so.
Okay. So you're successfully promoting the film in India. It's taking a buzz all over, especially Punjab and, places where kite flying is very, very strong. Now tell me your promotions in Dubai. What are the plans?
Dubai, see, it's very concise. I'll be honest with you. It's very concise, yet very objective. I'm very clear. We're going to have a press con. We're going to have a screening, a special screening. We have a tie-up with the radio station, 89.1, so they're going to promote it very well. They're going to give out contest winners. They're going to give out tickets, merchandise, the works. So whatever best I can do.
Okay.
And there's a very harsh reality attached with my film. But for me, it's a beautiful reality. That my actors are fairly new actors. The beautiful reality is that they all are so wonderful actors that once the audience sees them, I can assure you they'll be hooked to them. The harsh reality is that I wanted to do a more grander premiere, but I couldn't get sponsors for my film because of the star cast being fairly new. But that's a big challenge, and despite that, we're going ahead with the premiere because that is a city which I owe to so much in my life. And I want to do the gala premiere of my, dream project in that city itself. So come what May 24th, we're going to see you in the screens there.
Yes. Okay, tell me about the highlights of the film. What should people look out for? Is it how does it empower the youth?
It's a complete family sports drama. So as far as the youth is concerned, the important point, only one point I'll mention, the rest people can see it when they watch the film, is that nothing in this world is actually more important than just a smile on your family and friends' faces.
Right.
Nothing in the world is actually more important than that.
Right.
And if you keep that as the priority, you'll even get the world. But if
Yes.
you keep the world the priority, you may lose out on those faces with those smiles.
Beautiful.
So
Okay, so my
yeah,
last question is, what makes a good leader?
I think anybody, like they say, that you can't keep everybody happy.
Right.
It may be true, but you can definitely explain to some people whom you can't keep happy. And from 10 people, if you make 7 happy, you owe an explanation to the 3 people. So I think if somebody has these 2 things, he is a great leader.
Fabulous. So waiting to see you in Dubai soon. And we'll all watch the film together on the 26th of April in Dubai as well.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
Sure, sure.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, Manju. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.